Good day, Miss Lape. It's Roy Luther Agad from your first year Medical Laboratory Science class. And with me today is Mr. Rufino Rico Hamisola. He's my friend. He's 20 years old and is currently taking journalism at USJR. But more than that, he used to be a student athlete, a model by profession, a dancer, and a singer as well. And what makes him extra interesting is that he's very passionate about his fitness goals. I can personally testify to that because I see him regularly uh, taking long walks, maybe in the super early morning or the super late afternoon. And he even downloaded an app that would like check his daily stats. And like his overall personality is just disciplined. He values the do's and don'ts when it comes to food and certain activities, especially when they're only done for leisure. So now, without further ado, let's welcome him. Hello?
Hello everyone, my name is Rufino Rico El Hamisola.
Okay, so how are you? How's life so far?
Well, I feel great, I feel healthy and energetic as of this moment.
Okay, that's good to hear. I mean, seriously. And so it seems like you're more than ready to start this insight sharing. So, here's the opening question. Rico, how often do you exercise? And for you, what is the ideal time and length?
Well, I cannot say that I am a relaxed person who just stay on my bed all day long because I have uh, many activities outside from my home and I also study. But despite these schedules, I try my best to exercise at least thrice a week. And for every session, I give time like for like 30 minutes, and 30 minutes is enough for me to exercise.
Wow, I'm particularly shy because 30 minutes sounds too long for a non exerciser like me. But now that makes me curious. What are these routines? I mean, what forms of exercise do you usually perform? And is there a specific form or routine that you're trying to avoid every time you exercise? What is it? What are those and why?
I usually perform cardio exercises. I do jog, I do walk, and other cardio exercises. No, I don't have any routine that I avoid.
Interesting. Now, are you in any way food conscious? What are your eats and eat nots?
No, I'm not a total food conscious. But as much as possible, I avoid eating oily foods and those salty foods. And also, if I'm in the mood, I do avoid myself from eating too much rice because I just heard that rice composes of too much sugar. And, sugar is not really that good for our body. I mean, too much sugar specifically.
Mm. You're right about that naman. So yeah, rice contains sugar, but only in small amounts. But of course, it's also something. I mean, it's also that must be put into moderation because too much would also spike risk. Actually, one fun fact is that diabetics are advised to eat red rice because it contains less sugar, and as much as possible, they're prohibited from eating white rice because it's the type that has a high glycemic, if I said that right, high glycemic index. So yeah, even rice increases blood sugar. Moving on, why did you choose this kind of lifestyle?
This kind of lifestyle actually started during the rise of the pandemic. During those days, I would always see TV personalities doing exercises daily, and I was inspired by it. That is why I did it. But uh, a more important reason why I started this lifestyle is that during those times, I couldn't go out from our house. That is why I really focused on strengthening and making my immune system healthy.
Yeah, of course, I'm not surprised. Now I'm curious. You might have indirectly mentioned already, but uh, like for formality or just so you could expand, what was the turning point that made you realize you should engage in physical activity? I think it's also the same with what is your purpose?
Well, aside from the aforementioned main reason, which was to strengthen my immune system, during the pandemic, I also noticed that I gained so much weight from eating too much. uh, it was a turning point for me to engage into physical activities. I didn't really want to gain too much weight. I wanted to look fit, but disclaimer, I don't have any issues regarding weight gain towards other people. As much as they feel healthy with their weight, I wouldn't have any problem with it. But literally, my own weight gain was the turning point for me to engage into physical activities.
Mm. Yeah, I get it. And of course, that makes sense. But regardless of the disclaimer you just said, it is also should be understood by the public that I mean the public should understand that you should also be cautious. We should also be cautious of our food. Sizes are not a matter of discrimination, but the more you get fatter, the more cholesterol adds to your system, and that could be toxic in years time or earlier. So we should also like be sensitive with this aspect. Yeah. Now there's two more questions here. What keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? Uh, I become motivated when I think and when I am reminded of the reasons why I started doing and engaging myself into physical activities. I have come so far, and uh, I'm not cutting this routine for me to be healthy continuously and become fit.
Okay, congrats and just keep it up. Now, here's my final question, which is not actually a question. I just want you to leave a message to our audience, from the perspective of an exercise enthusiast. Please advise all the people who have little to no interest in engaging in physical activity. Now's your chance.
My advice for you is just try doing and engaging yourself into physical activities. And one day you'll never notice that you've come so far and you've changed a lot in terms of living a healthy lifestyle. And just keep motivated and remember that what you're doing is just for your own good, for your own health. And that's all.
Wow, thank you so much, Rico. That was very insightful. Even I was personally moved and ashamed in a way of myself. But regardless, this talk was very inspirational, and I hope we reached the goal of this interview. Thank you so much for responding to my invitation, for sharing your time, effort, expertise despite your boss schedule.
Anytime. You're welcome.
Hello, it's me again, and you have just witnessed my personal talk with my friend. Now, I would like to share some of my personal sentiments. This talk taught me that exercising is a matter of choice, and that automatically means you first have to be dedicated, willing, committed before you choose to start your exercising endeavor. But while it seems to be difficult to master, it is also important to understand that this kind of lifestyle takes time, and we all need to start small before we get to reach that peak we've been desiring. It also takes discipline and time resource. So you also have to devote a portion, at least a portion of your schedule, and take it seriously. Make it a part of your daily routine. Treat it as a voluntary work that still needs to be done. I mean, when you engage to a charity program, although it's voluntary, you promise something to your grantees, so you still owe them that responsibility and those resources. So I think I may have blabbered a lot already, but my main takeaway is that exercising is a gesture of self care, and it is up to us to do that, to make that work. That concludes this video. Thanks for watching.